Okay, you do-it-yourself air gunners. I've got the second wave of videos here with the Element Max. This is the 495 diameter, the 50 cal. And I've got the bottle adapter, see right there, I'm pointing at it, from Bintac. And this allows me to put the bottle on the back. So instead of getting 3 shots, today I did a 12-shot string. Just kind of see if this, my assumption all the way around was if we had more air, a longer air tank in the front, another one in the back, either, no matter how you design it, more air would even out the spread in the shot count. You know, so even though you're getting, it's not just more shots, I'm trying to see if the feet per second between shot 1, 2, 3, and so on, instead of being 50, 60 feet a second difference, if we can get it lower to 20 or 30 feet a second difference. You know, not almost regulated, but not regulated. So that's what we've done. I said Bintac sent me the little adapter for the back. I suggest you go online and watch his video on how to install it. It's relatively easy, but I will tell you, you need to drain this tank because the adapter, the adapter that's on here to begin with, that the folding stock goes to, is kind of a plug for the air pressure. So if you don't drain the tank, this piece is not going to unscrew with the folding stock on it. It's on there tight. I made that mistake. I didn't realize it's, oh, we got to drain the tank. Drain the tank, unscrews just like that. Well, I'll do it again. Watch this. Just like that. So, and then putting it on is relatively simple. There's a little silver metal piece in there, a little cup that has to go a certain way. His video shows you how to put it on. It's very simple and easy to do. Everything is pretty much hand tight, so you're not having to throw a monkey wrench on anything. So, depending upon the size of your air tanks, your shot count will change. But your feet per second should be close. So this, I believe, is a 580 off of Amazon that I got last year. I, by the way, took this all off my S45. So the same adapter, or the threaded piece that use your tank for your S45 rear, is the same that'll fit on this. But the adapter for this is not the same as the S45. So you can't just take the whole thing off your S45. Just FYI. So 580, and I think this is 350, someone had mentioned. So that's like 9... I thought I made a note of that. Maybe I didn't. 910 cubic inch, I guess, if that is correct, with the 2 sizes. So, with this setup on the 50 cal, I did a 12-shot string. It will compare the 3-shot string with just the basic front tank next to the 12-shot string with the 2 tanks. So, again, if you have a smaller rear tank, you're going to have less shots, of course. If you've got the bigger front tank, and I think that's going to be the best design to shoulder, is the full-length front tank and that shorter 300 or 280 cc rear tank, because you're, with this, the neck in this, you're adding almost 3 inches. So again, with the shoulder adapter on here, again, you're back to having spider monkey arms and this extended pick rail to be able to function with the super long tank. So a shorter rear tank is definitely the way to go, and the longer front tank. So that would be my suggestion, but I'm working with what we already got laying around here in the basement. So it's a great, like I said before, the rear tank, more air is what you need. So let's do some shooting. I'm only going to shoot 2 weights this time because there's no sense in doing 5. I'm trying to find out shot count and just start comparing the first 3 numbers. Even though we're doing 12, I'm going to compare the first 3 from the old to the first 3 of the new and see if that has changed any. And then we'll finish it up. I've got the extended King Kong donkey schlong on here to keep it quiet so the cat doesn't stroke out upstairs. And this is a bottle clamp that I've got off my old Texan. And, of course, rubber butt pad from Amazon that just slips up and over. So, again, I'm just working with what I was able to snag from other air rifles. So, 4,500 PSI start with a 2,000 to 2,200 PSI finish with this particular tank setup. Okay, we'll do the 58 with the 1100 cc in the back. We'll do that next. But this is the 50 cal video. Okay, so let's do some quick shooting and we'll get you some numbers. And that's all we're doing in the basement today. Smoke is blowing in from Canada. So it's foggy as hell outside, or smoky. So we're not going outside. We're just doing number crunching. So if that bores you, go back to you know, your interracial hardcore porn or whatever turns you on. But we're doing number crunching right now. All right, gentlemen. We're going to try to see the shot count difference in spread now that we've got a bottle on the back of this Element 50 cal. I think this is a 560, I believe. I'd have to go back on Amazon and look. And I believe I was told this is a 350, so that gives us 910 cubic inch. So now we get to see if we had either a longer air tube in the front or another shorty in the back. But we'll get a chance to look at this. So that's what we're going to do. And all right, let's do some shooting, Gentile man. Okay, 12 shots. All right, well, these numbers are really good. This added air really spreads things out a little bit. Now, here's something strange is with the lighter bullet, I was actually getting a little bit of valve lock. So on the 235, with the short tank, my first shot was 1048. On this double setup, my first shot was 952. That's almost 100 feet a second less. But my spread between bullets was so much better. So much better. Again, so I'm losing my top end for just one shot, but the air consumption per shot from 1 to 2 is still rather large. But from 2 down to 12, it's much, much better. Then I did the 280, and the 280, because it's a little heavier, it actually liked it better. I was a little faster on the 280 with this double setup than I was with the 280 with the short tank. So I'm very, very impressed. It proves what I was saying and what I was thinking. it's not the PSI, how much, the pressure that the air is under, but that is how the speed handles it. But the volume, if you think of air like water, how much is being released behind that bullet each time you pull the trigger, okay? And the closer you can get to the same amount each time, your numbers will get slower each shot because the air is escaping slower each shot. But you've got the volume is still the same. It's going to put your spread much, much closer. Yeah, I am really liking this added air. Comparing the two to apples and oranges, even though you got to stretch your arm like a gorilla, I'd rather do that because I'm getting much better value added with the air. Like I said, if we could take about 3 inches off the back of this and add the 5 inches to the front of this, that's going to be the perfect setup. I'll have to call Ben and say, hey Ben, you got that, because that is, I think, the perfect setup for this. Of course, it's a nice little short truck gun, but once you put the Supreme extended King Kong donkey schlong on it, now you're back to 45, 46 inches. So just in the basement, that's what I do. When I'm outside, I'll take this off. So that's it, guys. Any questions about the adapter, the longer tanks, and so on, contact Ben, because he's the one that set me up with the adapter and stuff. So he's the man to talk to on that. And I think that's it. Quite boring video, but this is what the testing, this is the R&D, and this proved my hypotenuse that more volume gives you bigger, better spread, larger shot count. And I'm still okay with a 5-shot string. I don't need 12 shots. So that's why I don't mind having a shorter tank on the back so it shoulders better. But you've got so much room in the front, you can add on there. Remember, guys, size does matter. So with that, thank you guys for watching. And we'll come at you outside once we can get a chance to go. All right? Thank you so much.